All right, hello there, and welcome to this brand spanking new edition of 5-Round MMA. My name is Alex Ramirez, and alongside me, as always, is Albert Cita and Guillermo Cita. Today we got an action-packed show. We're going to talk about the future fates of the light heavyweight division in the UFC and the welterweight division in the UFC, because UFC 171 is going to take place next Saturday. It's an epic showdown of, I think, they have like 5 welterweight bouts.
Seems like a welterweight tournament if you think about it.
Really.
It's a stacked welterweight.
Last time I saw it was like a total of 5 welterweight matchups. And some heavy hitting welterweights as well, so it should be entertaining to watch. But as for right now, let's play some Mad Round, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it. Switch it up because I wasn't paying attention on Twitter this week.
Oh my god! Anyways,
I don't think you ever pay attention.
Yeah, really. As always, this edition, this first segment, and the Mad Round is brought to you by the Madhouse clothing line. Clothes for the fighter and fight fanatic. Go shop themadhouse.com and follow them on Twitter at the Madhouse MMA. And while you're following them on Twitter, follow us at FiveRoundMMA and follow Redemption Martial Arts and hashtag MMA Gets Bully and enter your chance to win a free T-shirt. Right?
Yeah, we're close to the 800.
Yeah, finally. So, all right, first question. Mad Round starts now. Gilbert Melendez has recently stated that he plans on having the Diaz brothers as coaches for his team on his stint on The Ultimate Fighter. Does this announcement make you a little more eager to watch this upcoming tough season against Anthony Pettis? And the second part of the question, who would you have on your coaching staff? So give me a striking coach, a grappling coach, and a jiu-jitsu coach. So Guillermo, go first.
Oh, man, that's a tough question. That's too many questions all at once.
So
First of all, I'm watching because Nick and Nate, no matter what, if we like or dislike them, they're good. They're must-watch TV. I mean, they're gonna bring excitement. They're gonna, even if they're talking smack with the other team.
Yeah.
That's what we want to watch. Albert wants to watch them. Maybe get
Sell
an
some wolf
altercation.
tickets.
Yeah, get an altercation with the Diaz brothers.
Yeah. Give me your striking team. Striking coach, grappling coach, and jiu-jitsu coach.
Well, grappling coach, I want to go Daniel Cormier.
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu coach, that's a little tougher. I would go with the Nogueira brothers.
Mm-hmm. And a striking coach.
A striking coach. Who's a good striker? I'd probably go Wanderlei Silva.
It's a good, aggressive team right there. I
Yeah.
like it.
I think I caught by
Albert
surprise.
doesn't seem very impressed by your coach
I'm not
selection.
impressed. I'm actually the opposite. No, that's horrible.
Are you being excited because the Diaz brothers?
First of all, no, because I don't think I would understand the show.
See what
I
I mean?
don't speak Stockton.
Okay. Stockton dialect.
I never really gone up.
But
up
what
north
about an
that much.
altercation with the Diaz brothers? Would you tune in?
Dude, I don't care. I can go to any neighborhood and see the same altercations, man.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. But I got a pretty good team.
Okay.
Okay, striking, I'll get Dennis Silver as my striking coach.
Okay, Dennis Seaver. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm already ahead.
Okay.
Got that, Ollie Charlie? Dennis Seaver compared to
Jiu-jitsu,
Wanderlei Silva.
Damian Maya. Because
Jiu-jitsu
everybody
coach?
knows Nogueira's, he can buy a Happy Meal and it comes with a black belt.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Channel
got-
Southern Court of the Day.
I got Damian Maya, and I guess we're going to have to agree on DC as the wrestling coach because I seen the guy coach. He's pretty good.
Grappling coach.
That
I
guy's
don't know.
really good.
I kind of like
I went
Guillermo's
first,
team.
so he took it from me.
I don't know.
No,
Guillermo
I
seems
was
a little
gonna
more
say DC.
aggressive. You got the.
I went
aggressive
just on
Wanderlei.
Wanderlei Silva.
Yeah, but
over
then-
That's what it was.
over Dennis
But then-
Seaver.
but then when
Because
you-
Maya and Nogueira.
No, but then when you see my team do that spinning wheel kick on everybody, then you'll know why I picked
There
them.
you go.
when you see my haymakers that Wanderlei Silva taught me.
The swinger for the fence. All right, second question. Sticking with the Diaz brothers, about a couple weeks ago, Nate Diaz requested for his release from the UFC via Twitter, just saying, "Hey UFC, how about giving me my release?" Dana White has now recently commented on the matter, saying that he's not going to release Diaz. That in fact, Nate Diaz signed a new contract, and at the time of the signing, he seemed really happy. So I guess we're going to chalk up Nate Diaz's Twitter to an emotional outburst, heat of the moment tweet. I want to ask you guys: are you guys ever been guilty of a in the moment tweet or Facebook post that you immediately regretted after posting? Albert?
Yeah and no, because I am a big Star Wars fan, and as as Yoda has taught me, Master Yoda has taught me, you never act on emotion. That leads the path to the dark side. So I always like to take too deep. I never push send. I mean, I type it out, but I never push send.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, so you kind of you type it out and then you see you read it back.
Yeah.
And okay, it's not a good deal. I better not post this.
Exactly.
What about you, Guillermo?
Well, for me, there's only one situation. That was Blake Griffin. It was voting for the All-Stars. I thought it was gonna be a funny picture of Blake Griffin at the beach.
I remember that.
But I guess he put lotion on. He was putting lotion on his
lotion on his
his
body.
and people took it the wrong way. And I was like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have put. I should have just put a normal Blake Griffin picture.
Yeah, why would you put a beach
on the
one?
court,
Really?
I just wanted to be funny, you know, like something random, like him at the beach or him walking down
That
the
was
mall. Or
horrible.
something.
You're just
This
still
is
helping
why he's
yourself
not
out.
in charge of the web content. You'll
I can
see a bunch
imagine
of
that.
pictures
And the
of
funny
Vanderlei
thing is,
Silva
yeah,
at
I
the
don't
beach.
know.
The funny thing is, I am in charge of them.
What?
That's
Yeah.
social.
I need to
Me
start
and
going.
Alex.
Which is why we need the Bad House to help us get more followers. All right, so third question. Bellator MMA had its second event of the new season this past Friday. Bantamweight champion Eduardo Dantas defended his bantamweight title
Beautiful rear naked choke.
by via submission. This is the second episode of the new season. One, have you guys been watching Bellator? And two, do you think them switching to Friday nights as Guillermo's having microphone problems is a good idea?
I think I like it that it's on Friday nights, and at the same time, I have been watching because I am a mixed martial arts fan. I also saw Glory MMA. I'm pretty sure none of you guys saw Glory
No.
What day was that on?
MMA. That was yesterday. That was
Saturday?
Saturday.
No,
Yeah.
that was somewhere, bro.
So see, I saw Glory MMA. I also saw the Canelo fight. I'm a
How do you
overall,
have time to do this?
you know, I make time.
You got you know, really.
But what was the question?
I know. Are you watching? And it's Friday night, a good night for
Yeah,
Bellator.
I think Friday night's a good night. But I would prefer them to be on a Wednesday, to tell you the truth. But Friday I thought was a good night, and
Well, especially you got SmackDown Friday
yeah.
night too, right?
and if you watch,
I don't watch SmackDown. I watch Raw.
yeah, well, I see it on WWE Network, which is awesome, guys. So just let you
All
guys
right,
know.
that's like the fourth
Well,
week in a row you plugged WWE Network.
Yeah, I've been watching every card they had at least a good headline. I mean, not necessarily a stat card like we
Like
saw
a undercard or something,
the last time we saw Bellator, but
Yeah.
at least they had a nice headline in each one. So
Guillermo?
it's been good.
Friday is a bad night. I'm a little bit busy myself. I've been doing I train a soccer team on Friday nights. Out of all nights. So, I mean, I didn't even get to watch Bellator, but I mean, like, if it would move to Wednesday nights, I think Wednesday works better. So,
Yeah. I think I kind
Yeah,
of
that's what I
Friday
said.
kind of like
I
rough.
thought Wednesday would be a better day.
Especially
but-
for that core demographic of 18 to 34-year-old males, not really home on a Friday night.
yeah,
so.
exactly.
But all right, moving next. Video of former UFC and bantamweight champion Dominick Cruz has been released of him training full mode training following his groin injury. Cruz has been out for over 2 years now. First for the torn ACL, then the surgery didn't take properly, and then the groin injury. Can Dominick Cruz get back to the elite title contender status? And two, can you guys think of any other athlete in any other sport who's been out so long who reached that same level, except maybe for what Kobe Bryant's gonna do when he comes back?
If he comes back,
When he comes back, I mean.
He'll come back next year. Everybody knows we're trying to go for the draft pick now. It's an awesome draft from what I heard from ESPN.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm pretty sure Kobe's gonna come back after the long layoff and dominate again. But other than that, like any other athletes come top of mind? I mean, Adrian Peterson maybe.
but Adrian Peterson wasn't off for a full year, was he?
yeah, he was.
Wasn't
but
it mid-season when he got the injury?
it was towards the end of the season.
Yeah,
But the thing
see?
is, Adrian Peterson came back even stronger.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So do you anticipate that for Dominick Cruz maybe come back even better?
I don't know. I personally just hurt my groin from my soccer game earlier today, and groin's a little bit easier to come off of.
Yeah.
It's the knee I'm more worried about. The groin, you rested a while, you'll be
But I
fully
think
healthy.
But in all fairness, I'm pretty sure Dominick Cruz is a much more of athletic status than you are, right, Guillermo?
Yeah.
but I do think the like NFL players, everybody else, they get the luxury of kind of taking it easy.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go full force because you have the whole season to kind of rebuild yourself and then go all out in the playoffs, I guess you
Yeah.
can say. Well, I don't think MMA fighters have that luxury. And I don't know if Dominick Cruz has the mentality of I should face a lower tier fighter as I come
Work
back
our way
in
back up.
it instead of just going from straight to the top. Because I think he'll make the mistake going straight from the top 5 opponent. Because then
Yeah.
I really think he should ease into his thing, and I think he probably would have a good recovery.
I finally thought of the athlete. I was like, there's so many athletes that go through something like Dominick Cruz,
Yeah.
and it finally clicked to me. Greg Oden. Greg Oden was,
Oh yeah.
you know,
But he still
drafted,
hasn't recovered yet.
and he
I mean,
still
he's
hasn't
barely
recovered. But the
good-
thing is, he got drafted ahead of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is MVP talk every single year.
Yeah.
Greg Oden was supposed to be better. He was supposed to be the anchor of the team to lead him to championships.
Portland
And
Trailblazers.
yet he's never had that chance because every time he comes back, 5 games in, injured again, his other knee.
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
But that's saying that he couldn't recover.
Well, I mean, he's on his way back. He's on.
But how long has it been though?
Maybe it's a slow process. I don't know. I mean, Dominick Cruz, I think he's been out for 2 years, and maybe this groin injury was kind of a blessing in disguise a little bit to him, a little more time
Just
to.
so he could take more time
yeah.
to rehab.
All right, so moving on. Last one. Rory McDonald, your boy Rory Mack, took to his Twitter account at Rory _McDonald to ask his followers if his UFC action figure looked like him, or as he thought, looks like Eric Koch. I think he's a lightweight now, right? He actually put a picture up saying, "Does this look like me, or does it look like Eric Koch?" And he tagged Eric Koch. Would you guys be upset? Excuse me. Would you guys be upset if your action figure did not look like you? And what was the last action figure you guys bought for yourselves?
Who's going first?
Well,
Pick.
first, I wouldn't be mad because I've seen a lot of action figures. None of them look like who they're supposed to look like.
I don't know. That John Cena action figure looks pretty good.
Well,
Well,
to make a
WWE
square,
has had a lot of
okay,
years.
Okay, John Cena just has a square head. It's
Perfect.
not that hard to make. It's not hard to make that.
Square head.
Yeah, you just make a square head and it looks like John Cena. Put the little flat top, whatever he has.
Would you be mad if you like get an action figure and it came out and it looked nothing like you?
Yeah.
Minus the beard, maybe, or maybe
Well,
is the beard too heavy?
A little bit, but the fact that you're getting an action figure, I think some athletes have had this for quite a while. Then
Yeah.
it becomes a little bit more ego
Yeah.
than anything. But me just getting an action
No,
figure.
but if you look at the first ones, like I had a couple of Kobe bobbleheads.
Mhm.
And I mean, I know bobbleheads aren't supposed to look exactly like him.
Yeah.
But the first couple ones I have look nothing like Kobe Bryant. But as you get to like the third one, you're starting to kind of see Kobe in there.
The
So-
sculptor's getting better.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
Would you be mad if you?
No, I wouldn't be mad at just the fact that I get an action
Yeah,
figure of
that's
myself.
cool.
I'd be happy. But
Like,
I think over
I
time,
finally get an action figure and it looks nothing like me. Maybe some
But
like irony in there.
I
right?
would be happy. But the last action figure I got
Yeah.
was actually it's kind of sad. I got Steve McNair before the tragic shooting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I still have it
Whoa.
in the package, and it was just a gift.
Wait, is
that I
it
got.
action figure or bobblehead?
It's an action figure.
Oh wow.
Oh, those little
So-
still.
and the
things
good thing
that
is I never opened it, but that was prior to the tragic that he got shot in
I
the
get
face.
action figures all the time because people still give me Star Wars gifts and they like to give me the special edition action figures.
So like yesterday was your last time. you bought it?
Yesterday, yeah. I think Ollie the Trolley probably gave me a Chewbacca the other day.
That's adorable, by the way. All that trolley.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. That's it for this edition of Mad Round. Coming up, I want to ask Albert and Guillermo why they did not pick Alexender Gustafson to win his UFC Fight Night bout, which he did, and I also want to know why they don't think he's any good. So stick around, guys.
Please visit FiveRoundMMA.com on our social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. FiveRoundMMA.com.
All right, welcome back. UFC Fight Night took place this past weekend, and everybody's favorite Swede was on the main event. Alexander Gustafson,
only Swede.
he's everybody's favorite Swede. Took care of business. He defeated Jimmy Manoway in the first round. TKO, vicious knees. If you guys follow us on Instagram at FiveRoundMMA, we also do the picks before every big card. And I asked Albert and Guillermo who the picks are. And when I was doing the post and asking the picks, surprisingly, both of them picked against Gustafson. And I was kind of surprised and asked them both why. And simply they said, because he's not any good. Albert had different reasons. He said, Albert said that, what did you say? Jon Jones isn't any good.
Yeah.
So Gustafson couldn't beat you.
hence,
So
Alexander
explain it.
Gustafson can't. Well, Alexander Gustafson is good, but I really think Jon Jones only has his length.
Okay.
And if Jimmy Manuwa could defeat Alexander Gustafson, it would show that Jon Jones isn't really that good.
So it's all about Jon Jones with you,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Okay.
That's what it
well,
really comes out to.
Yeah.
That's
So
what it came down.
why did you pick against Gustafson? You said he wasn't that good
Okay,
either.
my heart said Gustafson, my gut said upset and pick Manua.
Okay.
Just because to me, I like Gustafson, but I think he doesn't excel at every little aspect of his MMA game. So to me, it's like he's pretty good, but I don't see him like a world class jiu-jitsu. I don't see him a world class striker.
Well, I mean, do you have to be world class at everything, or just be really good at everything?
Yeah.
But that's how
Yeah.
I viewed the fight. So my heart said Gustafson because I like Gustafson, but my gut said, man, usually Dana White sells wolf tickets because he wants people to tune in.
Yeah.
He wasn't really selling the wolf tickets, so this guy must be the real deal. And
Yeah.
as I watched more of his fights, I was kind of impressed by how he fought. So I was like, first of all, they're
You're
not
talking
selling
about Jimmy, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So they're not selling wolf tickets. So maybe this guy really
Maybe they
I
can-
feel
maybe they can
really
help
had
us
a
upset,
chance over
and
Gustafson.
I think he did a good job.
He got knocked out.
I mean, yeah,
He
he
got
got,
knocked out.
yeah. Well, he got taken down the first one,
Yeah.
and then he showed his strength. And in the second round, I really do think Alexander Gustafson's length had everything to do with the knee getting him.
Mhm.
And I just think he didn't really train for that length. I think.
Well, you kind of had. I mean, how do you not know?
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's difficult to think of a way to get in with someone so lengthy like he does.
just have a guy on stilts.
And the other thing too, he's not a strong wrestler, so I didn't think he really had the tools. But I thought his natural power alone was gonna be enough to do it.
And the thing for me with Gustafson, when he fought Jon Jones, I felt that the matchup was in favor of Gustafson because he had the same reach as Jon Jones, and
Well,
he had the chin.
some say he won,
that's why
so.
when we first discussed it, I knew Alexender Gustafson was going to beat Jon Jones because now that his only strength, which is his length, is neutralized, now it's going to come down to who's the better fighter.
Like a skill set.
And obviously Alexender Gustafson's a better fighter.
So speaking of Jon Jones, as we all know, Daniel Cormier made his light heavyweight debut, defeating Patrick Cummins very easily. This week, Cormier took to the media to ask for a title shot against Jon Jones, which Jon Jones replied, I have the quote here, in reply to Cormier, I'm kind of sick of seeing UFC light heavyweights fight against kind of like cans until they get a title shot. I really want to see a top contender fight a top contender, and I think you need to fight someone a little bit more well-known than Patrick Cummins. Fight against Rashad Evans, fight against somebody legit, man. And then I think it would be a little more appropriate to give you a title shot. And then following Gustafson's win, Jon Jones sent out a tweet, hey, why not put DC and Gustafson against each other, and the winner gets
to me like he's the one.
So is Jon Jones ducking?
Yeah, that's exactly what
is he ducking?
He needs to listen to himself.
But Dana White said that Gustafson's number one contender.
No,
now.
yeah, he said he gets the winner out of
so
Guillermo and
is Jon Jones ducking here?
I don't think he's ducking at all. I totally agree with Jon Jones because Glover. I'll give you an example because Phil Davis deserves a title shot over everybody.
Okay,
and this is why because who has Gustafson beat to get to Jon Jones? Really, honestly, who has he beat? Who has Daniel Cormier beat to get to Jon Jones?
Patrick Cummins.
Who did Glover Teixeira beat to get to Jon Jones? Ryan Bader. He beat Ryan Bader. Phil Davis beat the one guy that no one wanted to fight. Machida. No one wanted to fight Machida at the time, and I bet you if Machida was still a light heavyweight, they would still try to duck him.
Look, this is
so that's why Phil Davis should get the title shot first, and then let these guys, eliminate each other. I agree. DC and Alexander Gustafson should face each other.
Notable wins: the Shogun, Thiago Silva, the Janitor, Matt Hamill, James Tehuno. He did lose to Phil Davis.
Look, I gotta bring up wrestling because Jon Jones.
Real wrestling or fake wrestling?
Whoa.
Pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling.
Okay,
I'm gonna bring up pro wrestling.
Okay, go for it.
Because John Cena is pretty much Jon Jones. Everybody knows that.
Okay.
They're both paper champions.
Okay.
And just so John Cena can kind of shut the credits, whatever, he wrestles against Cesaro on Raw, but he doesn't want him in pay-per-view, bro. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that in his life because Cesaro is an actual pro wrestler, dog.
Antonio Cesaro, right?
Yeah, Antonio Cesaro. And that's what it is. DC is the fan favorite, and he doesn't want to go and give.
But here's the thing:
so it doesn't. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't.
Jon Jones is one person. He can't fight both persons back to back. I mean, okay, give DC the chance. He gives DC the chance. He has to wait Alexander Gustafson, but now he's ducking Alexander Gustafson.
Yeah,
it's not fair for Jon Jones.
If you did follow Twitter, DC did say that Alexander Gustafson does deserve it. Yeah. I'll wait and
but not put Phil Davis versus Daniel Cormier.
What if he gets past Anthony Johnson?
Yeah,
but
I think he will.
It seems kind of weird that like Jon Jones is like want all the contenders to fight each other and not like. He's gonna get the scraps of the. You pointed out earlier too that the division is super thin right now.
Yeah, and it really comes down to three guys.
If you have all the guys beat up on each other, there's nobody left for him to fight.
Yeah.
So
there's only three guys though that.
But at the end of the day, look. If you're the champion, it shouldn't matter who they put against you. And the next thing is if these guys don't deserve it, then it's an easy paycheck for you, right? Why even worry about it? It's an easy paycheck. Show up. Supposedly they're garbage. Beat them.
But if someone keeps telling you stuff, I mean, like you're gonna reply. It's not like you're gonna stay quiet.
Yeah, but I think this is starting. Isn't this starting to be?
He's not scared.
This is starting to be a habit with Jon Jones, right? Calling out his opponents and saying who he wants to fight. No, I'm not gonna fight him. I want to fight him.
I
mean,
aren't you picking Glover Teixeira over Jon Jones?
Yeah.
And you think Glover Teixeira deserves a title shot versus Jon Jones?
I don't care who you give it to.
Then
I just want someone to beat him already.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying because it seems like he's
I don't want to see John Cena on top, dog. CM Punk couldn't take it no more and he had to leave. All right. You want DC to leave now too?
So who's the equivalent of CM Punk in UFC? Is it DC or what?
Nah. Well, it could be. It's borderline DC, I think. And I don't know.
Gustafson he's not taking it anymore. Just leave. Give me my title shot already.
You had it incorrectly. I think what's gonna happen.
No, because Alexander Gustafson is the Castagnoli or Cesaro.
So he is good then.
He is good. I just don't like the.
I just think after Jon Jones gets through this, he's gonna move up anyway to heavyweight and at least give Cain Velasquez a fight.
If he doesn't get knocked out by Glover Teixeira,
I think he'll give Phil Davis, Daniel Cormier, Alexander Gustafson his rematch, and that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he say something. Oh, you guys should fight each other. Then i'll fight the winner of that one. And then you guys should fight each other too.
And then the other frustrating thing is,
but But who has Daniel Cormier beat in the
Well,
light
I'm just
heavyweight?
saying, well, these are the guys. These are the guys who are in
Yeah,
the
but
title.
look-
talk. I'm just saying. I'm not like. I
No,
think
I know,
John-
but
it makes me mad that Dana White only puts on his promoter hat sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes he doesn't. I mean, obviously, everybody wants to see DC Jon Jones.
Yeah, I
So,
think it'll sell a lot
that-
more than
yeah,
any other
the
fight.
promos alone would be great.
Obviously, Alexender Gustafson and Jon Jones should be, or the winner
At least
should,
finish
should
that,
get
yeah.
that, and then the DC one. But you should do it because hey, people are gonna watch.
Well, I
No.
think Alexander Gustafson has taken off in popularity.
No, yeah.
So people will tune
Yeah,
in
yeah.
to
You
watch
should
the
have saw him
rematch.
in that Yuki Arena.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. Real quick too, before I forget, someone put something on Twitter, and Dana White, of course, had something nasty back to say. I mean, the guy said like he was nasty too to Dana White. He was saying something like, "Hey man," he used a lot of bad words. I'm not gonna say any, but he said that I buy the pay per view $60 a month, every month, and then you expect me on top of that to spend $10 a month just to watch Ultimate Fighter on the thing, and then Dana White to tweet him back something like, said, obviously said bad words and said, then don't watch it. But what's frustrating to me is they honestly think someone should pay $70 a month to get the full amount of content, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's so dumb. I wish they would lose so much money on their UFC Fight Pass because that is ridiculous for someone to in this economy to expect them to pay $70 a month to watch something.
Well, especially if they want to market themselves as elite, as NFL, MLB, NBA. It's
Yeah.
all
Well, I
free
think
to
that's
use.
why
that-
he's happy with the $10 a month. Now
wait,
he gets
wait,
all the pay-per-view and the
Yeah,
content.
well, for the
WWE.
WWE Network.
But see,
right?
that's him not putting on his promoter hat.
Yeah.
So-
Well, the fight business has always
Which
been.
which I keep saying the WWE Network is awesome. They add content all the time. Now we see NXT live. Now main event is live now too. The show, it's awesome. I like it.
All right, so thank you for joining us for that discussion of WWE Network. Coming up next, I want to talk about the future of the welterweight division and how the post GSP era is going to start. So stick around, guys.
Yeah, who knows? Guillermo might drop a pipe bomb.
Please visit FiveRoundMMA.com on our social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. FiveRoundMMA.com.
All right, welcome back. This upcoming Saturday, UFC 171 will take place at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas on March 15th.
welterweight tournament.
On that day, the UFC welterweight division will officially enter the post-GSP era with about 5 welterweight matchups on that card alone, capped off by the main event of Johnny Hendricks versus Robbie Lawler to crown the new welterweight champion. But the overall question I want to ask you now, are we entering a transitional period? Like if Robbie Lawler or Johnny Hendricks wins the champion, obviously one of them win it, are they just holding the belt for somebody else? Like maybe like a Rory Mack or Eric Silva or even tough winner Kevin Gastelum, who's on this card too? I mean, are we gonna? Is there somebody on the verge who's going to be dominant champion like GSP was, or is it going to be this title going to be bounced around from person to person?
I think the title's going to be bouncing around. I think, man, I already lost my train of thought.
Well,
Johnny
I-
Hendricks.
I'll pick up the ball because I agree. I think it's gonna be handed back and forth because I think it's been a long time since we've seen such a competitive welterweight division. I
Yeah.
think this is really a competitive welterweight division. Now, any of these guys can beat each other,
Yeah.
and if you look at the records, each one has. I mean, we still have Tariq Safadine to throw in
Yeah.
here. We got
Well,
Stun
Jake
Gun.
Allenberger, Stun Gun.
Yeah.
I mean,
a stun gun, yeah.
and these guys all have
Oh,
wins
sorry.
against each other.
Yeah.
So
Well, on this card alone, you have Johnny Hendricks versus Robbie Lawler, Carlos Condit versus Tyron Woodley, Jake Shields versus Hector Lombard, Kevin Gastelum against Rick Story, and another one, Shane Spencer against Alex Garcia. So these are all like,
welterweight.
yeah. So
And then we still have the other. I mean, Rory Mack just fought.
Yeah.
Technically, Damian Maya's not out of the picture.
Eric Silva,
you
your
got
boy
Eric
Matt
Silva,
Brown.
I don't know.
The immortal
You
Matt Brown.
almost got me. But Matt Brown's fighting Eric Silva, so
Yeah.
I'm glad for
So
that.
I
I know
like-
that should
yeah.
be a good fight.
It shouldn't be a good fight.
Well, it's
because
a good fight
Silva's
because
destroy him
that's
in the
why it's
first
gonna be a
round.
good fight. But pipe bomb. Johnny Hendricks lost to Rick Story.
Oh,
His
yeah.
only loss.
So
Man, you took that step from me during the break. Charlie, I said that. Don't count it for him.
stat stealing there. So basically, so none of the guys I listed are they going to be like a dominant champion? Like you guys will see Roy Mack is holding the belt for a long time.
No, I see a hard time any of these guys holding the belt for a long time because it seems like you have a mixture of different
Different styles.
yeah, different styles in this welterweight division.
I honestly think I'm a big Roy McDonald fan. I honestly think when we say long period, I think 3-tile defense. I think
Really?
like
Wow.
if someone's going to hold it for a while, it's going to be 3-tile defense because I think this is such a rotating door right now.
Really?
I mean, it's stacked. I mean, any of these guys can can be the champion. I mean, you can make the argument Tyron Woodley can have a long streak. You can make the argument that Hector Lombard can go on a little tear before he retires. But I still think when Hector Lombard wins, it's 3 title defenses and that's it.
Dang. What about like Jake Shields? Can he come back with his
on,
style?
Come
Maybe
on.
his wrestling
I
style?
thought we were doing a serious talk.
thought maybe
man.
Hey, but the thing is that like if Jake Shields fights a striker,
in all honesty,
like Johnny Hendricks, if he does get to Johnny Hendricks will the striking game's gonna.
But then what about Johnny Hendricks? I mean, he has a wrestling background, right? And he has the power.
Someone with jiu-jitsu.
But then you also
Maybe.
got Jake Allenberger, who was also a wrestler, and technically a lot of people think he can compete against any of these guys.
Well, to me, it's Rory Mack and Carlos Conde are the besides Johnny Hendricks are the cream of the crop on the welterweight division. But
would
then
you
after,
say that the welterweight division is now in the Attitude Era, and we're trying to find
How do you always relate
Stone
this to
Cold
WWE?
and The Rock?
No.
Okay.
But no, I think it is interesting. I just because we were so used to having this one champion for so long.
Yeah.
Before it was GSP, it was Matt Hughes. Before it was Matt Hughes, it was BJ Penn over run. So the welterweight division hasn't had that many champions looking back. It's like the middleweight division. So it's going to be interesting to see these guys hold it for 1 or 2
Even if you
defenses,
look at the middleweight division, it's actually interesting now too. I mean, there's so many people. And if technically, if Jon Jones loses to Glover Teixeira, the light heavyweight is all over the place. I mean, the only thing that's locked down right now is
but the light heavyweight
is
division is really thin.
and heavyweight
and featherweight. Yeah, I'll hold you Aldo. That's not locked down.
No,
the featherweight's not locked down. Right
featherweight's
yeah.
not locked down.
Unless Chad Money Mendez will
Chad Money is the real champion.
Well, and also 125 is locked down too. Mighty Mouse.
I don't think that's locked down.
It's locked down. He knocked out Benavidez.
What does he have to do, Mighty Mouse, to get some
he has
credit
to knock
from
out
Albert?
Joseph Benavidez again.
Twice,
Again.
beat him 3 times. But also I'd be not right to mention that Diego Sanchez is on this card as well.
Yes.
Fighting at lightweight against Miles Jury. Miles Jury is undefeated.
Yes movement.
Hey, in all respect, I mean, I'm a big Brian Danielson fan.
my God.
Not Daniel Bryan. I'm a big Brian Danielson fan.
The American Dragon, Brian
But
Danielson.
the American Dragon. But in to all his credit, Diego Sanchez did it
Watch
first.
out, the trolls are coming.
Yeah.
I know. Diego Sanchez did it first.
Yeah.
And he did it loud.
Pointed to a USA Today article that how the yes movement by Daniel Bryan was spurred upon by Diego Sanchez.
This episode should be #yes.
#yes. I probably won't catch on though. None of our hashtags seem to catch on. I don't know what kind of hashtags we need to use, but anyways, that's it. UFC 171. You guys want to talk about anything else? I mean, other than welterweight tournament, right?
Other than it's a stacked welterweight tournament. Yeah, Dennis Bermudez fighting too in the
yeah.
undercard. He's the guy to look out for. Not at 170, but he's still a guy to look out for.
He's a featherweight.
Yeah.
UFC 171, March 15th, American Airlines Center Arena in Dallas, Texas. Hendricks versus Lawler to crown a new welterweight champion, live on pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for today, I think. But before we leave today, the most pressing question of the day, Ollie the Trolley, who's today's top-rated star of the show? Gamble's on the board.
It's about time. It took me 4 weeks.
What intelligent thing did he say
He's
today?
at the laptop. Look at it.
Without
This
a
guy.
laptop.
Look at it. It's a phony right here.
He steals
What it really came down to
stats?
was Wanderlei Silva versus Dennis Seaver. That's
He
really what it
steals
really
my
came down
That
to.
was, you started off
Come
pretty
on.
strong with that with your coaching
That's
pick.
all I
Stole my
needed.
stat. Only the trolley.
Come on, it was a pipe bomb. You called for the pipe bomb, it came.
That
It's like saying let's name Ric Flair the greatest wrestler of all time
Well, I don't
after
know.
he stole the Nature Boys gimmick.
I don't know how you get that from Wanderlei Silva, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Anyways, run us
So,
down.
as always, the Top Rated Star is brought to you by Top Rated MMA, makers of 100% American-made MMA apparel. Go shop topratedmma.com and follow them on Twitter at topratedmma. While you're also online, why don't you follow us on Twitter at FiveRoundMMA. Subscribe to us on iTunes, YouTube. We're also on Podomatic, so for all of our Android-friendly fans out there, check us out. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram, like our photos. Also, check out OvertimeNation.com, where you can see our weekly articles, all the stuff we can't rant about here. We write down and post them on OvertimeNation.com, and also visit FiveRoundMMA.com, the first place where you can see us on our weekly web show, and for other great content as well. And also, Gary, we have an announcement for Redemption Martial Arts, right?
Yeah, for Redemption Martial Arts, Me Strength is doing a great thing on their website. They're donating 15% of all their March sales to RMA Foundation, Rise Up Against the Bullying campaign. So
Go to mestrength.com and pick up a great supplement and help out a great cause.
yeah,
Right?
and thank you, Me Strength, for last week's interview, and we'll soon have something to display for Me Strength.
Yep. So, Albert, take us away.
I just want to thank our executive producer, Guillermo Cita,
The top-rated star. Don't
our,
forget
our engineer
right.
Ollie the Trolley, even though I think he was swayed it on today's
I should
vote.
get a hat that says top star.
I'd like to thank
Might pass it around every
Steven Razzo with Razzo Records. If you haven't seen The Wind Rises, go watch it. It's
Is it still playing?
It's still playing at Edwards. That's where I saw it. Miyazaki's greatest work, his last work. It's a masterpiece.
Didn't
Check
lose
it
Best
out.
Picture?
It's awesome because the Oscars
You can tell
you have
he's
to
the
buy it.
Donatello of the
You have to
group.
buy the
He's a
Oscar, the
nerd.
Academy. Thanks everybody for listening.
Cream of the crop.